Well, we've been getting ready for the week in college football and local teams kicking off all week here on GCR. Now it's time for us to turn our attention to Morgan State as they prepare to open up the season tomorrow. They are on the road at Hampton at 6 o'clock. It's a pleasure to welcome back into the program the head coach of the Bears. He's Coach Damon Wilson, and he's with us now here on GCR. Coach, it's Glenn. It's great to chat with you as always. Thank you for taking the time for us.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me, and look forward to a 2024 football season. That's for sure.
No doubt about it, Coach. You guys really started to get things. I know even when the results weren't going your way last year, you were playing games really close. But can you take me back into the later portion of the season? What particularly started clicking, and how do you guys build off of that going into this year?
I mean, anytime you're building a program, it takes takes some time. Got to have some continuity. I think we got better offensive play a little bit towards the middle of the season, middle towards the end of the season. So we're being more consistent, not turning the ball over. Defensively, we played pretty sound all season long. But I think just the consistency and the continuity as the season moved forward gave us an opportunity in some of those games.
Obviously part of that offensive consistency, Taj Smith becoming the starter. Did you know that he was going to have the chance to make an impact so early, and how much better does it make your life having an experienced quarterback to bring back into this season?
We felt really good with Taj in recruiting him and thought he would have a chance. We played three quarterbacks before we got to him last season, and when we put him in the game, he acted like he had been there before. So that gave us a little calm feeling, if you will, and a little sense of relief that he was, prepared mentally to play the game. And I think he took full advantage of his opportunities that he had, during last season. So I feel good just having a guy that has a reference point playing college football and having some success.
It seemed like, Coach, you guys were finding success, maybe lower scoring games, running the ball a little bit more. Is that the philosophy that's the best way for Morgan to win, or do you want to try to maybe open things up a bit more offensively this season?
We would love to. We want to take advantage of what the teams are giving us. They've given us a run-friendly box, and we want to run the ball a little bit more versus throw the ball. And it all depends on what we're being given by the other teams' defenses. But we have an offensive system in place that allows us to do both. And, you want to be balanced as much as possible, but you must take advantage of what the teams are giving you.
He is Coach Damon Wilson from Morgan State, and he's with us here on GCR as they get ready for their season opener tomorrow. Coach, best lessons you learned. You talk about laying the foundation for a program, right? The lessons that you learned about Morgan, about the program during the course of last year, that now you feel like, okay, now that we have this foundation, that's how we can move forward.
Just consistency, man. One of the biggest lessons for me is just consistency, not second guess some of the things that I've had in place and that are in place that gives us the opportunity to be successful. Just because you're at a new place and you have new people working around you, just make sure I stay true to what I know that it's to be successful and being consistent with those things.
A couple of the seniors and the standouts defensively on that side of the ball. What it does for this team to have leaders, to have guys that have been there like Eric Hunter and Elijah Williams.
It's a great feeling just to have guys that have kind of been through the trenches a little bit, guys that understand what we're all about, guys that believe in team first, guys that are selfless. These guys might get out every day off season as well as during the season.
Wow.
They push people. It's great to have those guys because they're going to be some of the best guys at the FCS level for sure.
Coach, are there other guys that you've noticed during like fall camp that have stepped up in ways that you feel like they might be ready to maybe change their role, take a step forward, and for us to be a bit more familiar with them during the course of this season?
I'm going to tell you the guy I'm most impressed with right now is Keith Jenkins. Keith Jenkins came in and talked to me towards the end of the season last year, and I think he just had a light bulb came on, and
Wow.
and he's been grinding ever since, man. And a lot of times you have those individual conversations with guys. They may talk about putting more work in and and doing more, but don't follow up with. But Keith has done just that. He's a guy that's been really getting out in the weight room during his off season. He's done a much better job digesting the playbook and understanding the defenses and that sort of thing. So he's a guy offensively that I'm really proud of and excited to see on Saturday.
So I know he was explosive in the return game last year, Coach. How do you use is the idea of someone like Keith Jenkins, like we just have to come up with about 100 plays where wherever he's lined up the ball gets into his hands somehow, or does he have is he specifically a running back, specifically a receiver?
No, not at all. I think you said 100 ways. I think we came up with 150 ways.
Yeah.
We want to do any and everything we can do possibly to get him the football, and then the team started to try to take him away. I think we have a few other guys that can cause the same type of problem, but he is the guy that we want to move around a little bit and let him show off his skill set. And I feel good about that. He had a very good camp, digesting the role and understanding what's expected of him.
Do you feel like this group believes, there's a little bit more expectations, like you guys were a little bit higher in the preseason poll. Do you feel like this group believes that it's ready to take that next step forward and compete to win a MEAC title? And if so, what is the difference, right, Coach? Like what is that area between being close and being competitive and what you'll need to do in order to have a chance to win a championship?
I think they're getting close. That's one of the things we talk about is belief. I think they're getting close. I think the biggest thing right now is just for them to have experienced success. Once they experience success consistently, then that really allows the belief to grow and to really manifest into something. But I know they believe in one another. I know they believe in what we're putting together as a coaching staff. Now it's a matter of going out and executing and believing in themselves, and in each other, trusting the teammates. And that's something that I've seen them grow in that area. We implemented a new offense this offseason. So, a lot of us we're digesting a new playbook. But at the end of the day, I think they see what it's all about, and they're ready to show off what we're working on.
Can you give us a little bit of a sneak preview of what to expect from this new offense?
I just said it. Get the ball to Keith Jenkins and the skill guy. that is the offense. When you have some special players, you want to try to get those guys in space so they can be special, and that's what That's what this offense is about. I think we have a few other guys outside of Keith Jenkins that will do what I just said: spread the field. Once they're in space, they're going to cause problems for the opposing team's defenses. But it all starts up front. Offensive line must do their job, and quarterback play must be consistent to get these guys an opportunity.
Maybe call it like the playmaker offense, right? Like just find the playmaker, let him make a play.
I learned a long time ago, if you got some good players, they can make you look like a really smart coach. And the big thing is get the ball to those smart players.
And it sounds, you know what? It's funny. It sounds like very simplistic when you put it that way, Coach. Like it feels like
that's really football.
Yeah, isn't that just the way the sport should be? Like good players, give them the ball, get out of their way.
Get out of their way. Let them play, right?
The importance of the result. We talk about last season the slow start, but it being competitive. The importance of the results. Like if you're going to get to that place at the end of the year, that like they need to know, hey, we got to be ready to go week one. Like this game matters. Like how important is it to start having those results go your way if you're going to reach those goals at the end of the year?
I think it's extremely important. I know, like I say, once you have success, those guys really take that belief to a whole nother level because they've actually encountered it. You're looking at a program that's been down for years. I mean, they haven't had sustained success since the 70s. I mean, these guys weren't born when Morgan State was successful on a consistent basis. So, that in itself is a challenge to get them to understand that, hey, you just got to continue to play each minute, each quarter, play hard. Good things can happen. Why not Morgan? Why not be talking about Morgan State football in December? And, those are the things that we talk about here, but you must do the little things right on a daily basis to get the desired outcome that you want. And you can't, you can't cheat it. You can't cheat it. This is our third season, but the reality is we got in here in July, my first year. So we're just really getting into who we are and what we want to get from a coaching staff and getting the people that mirror what we're trying to do offensively, defensively, and special teams.
Coach,
so, it's a process to it.
if I could, before I let you go, the difficulty when you're in a smaller league, like I look at the schedule and I see that, there's only the one home game in September, and I get it. Like, without having as many conference home games, can you walk us through like the difficulty of trying to schedule so many non-con games, trying to get somebody to come play you guys at Hughes Stadium?
It is a little difficult, but our administration has done a decent job with getting that done. I mean, the schedule is a little all over the place in regards to who we're playing and where we're playing at. But the bottom line is we're going to play some very competitive games. These guys are going to get some good exposure, and it's going to prepare us for conference play.
And the first opportunity to see the Bears at home will be the 21st. But, of course, there's the game at Towson next week, and I'm sure there'll be lots of Morgan fans that will be making that trip as well. I think the Clark family might be making an appearance at that game, too. Everything gets underway tomorrow night, 6 o'clock at Hampton. Coach Damon Wilson, pulling for you guys this year. Can't wait to see what happens, and we will be in touch. Thank you for spending a few minutes with us this morning, man. We really appreciate it.
You got it. Appreciate you guys.